Do it. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Ah, you idiot! I can't believe you did it.
Angel Knot.
Salutations to the nations. What's good, Angel Knots? It's your boy, Young Sinai. All right, so gonna be taking a look at some videos while my kids is at VBS. Okay. So, the first one that I got is by Dr. Amazing. So make sure you go check out Dr. Amazing, and it is The Night a Message Board Weaponized a Sega Adapter. What the heck, cheese? All right, so let's go ahead and see what that's all about.
April 2006. A man is standing in his neighbor's backyard at 2 in the morning. He's wearing a mask. He's holding a homemade electrical device. And thousands of strangers on the internet are waiting to see what happens next. This is a story of sabotage, arson, revenge, and betrayal. And all of this started because someone asked the internet for advice. This is the story of the Sega Killer thread.
See, that's why you can't ask people on the internet for advice.
Our story
Don't ask me for no advice.
starts on April 5th, 2006, exactly 20 years ago. At 8:18 p.m., someone going by Pimp Solo started a thread on the Something Awful message boards. Something Awful was one of the biggest forums on the internet at the time. Its users, who called themselves goons, were the source of a lot of 2000s internet humor. The thread was titled, "Someone is Stealing Cable from Me." In the thread, Pimp Solo explains that he's been having problems with his cable and internet for weeks. Technicians have visited multiple times, equipment has been replaced, nothing.
Man, I used to install cable. It sucked. Oh my gosh. Shout outs and salute to all the cable men and women. Cause that job is not for me. Crawling through attics, being out in this heat. Oh my gosh. God bless y'all.
Fixes it. But finally they discover his neighbor is running an extra line from his own house to get free cable, which is disrupting Pimp Solo's connection. The technician disconnects the illegal hookup, but declines to do anything else. The neighbor soon reconnects the cable, and Pimp Solo's problems resume. After another week of inaction from the cable company, Pimp Solo posts his thread ending with, "Oh God, what is my solution? I need internet." The responses range from silly to practical to stupid. Cut the line. Do you have a truck with a ball hitch? Tie the line
This
to your truck's
does
ball
have
hitch.
to do with Sega, right? Okay, a Sega adapter. Okay, I'm trying to see where Sega comes into play.
And drive. Just call the cops and sue. But a user named Bangers in My Knickers immediately suggests an idea that will set everything else in motion.
That name is low-key hilarious.
Have you ever seen pictures of the Ether Killer? Do something similar with the coax they're running to your box. An Ether Killer is a homemade device designed to destroy a computer. It works by wiring a power cord directly into an Ethernet cable, sending 120 volts in a hardware that was absolutely never meant to receive it. Pimp Solo quickly seizes on the idea of the Ether Killer, writing, "Oh God, that is genius. Does anyone know if that would just blow a little fuse or do nothing? Isn't that basically how cable lines get amped anyway?" Pimp Solo has been describing his neighbors as hicks and hillbillies. He's reluctant to try any solution that could lead back to him.
So does it actually blow up the computer? Like that picture that it just showed, is that like an exaggeration? Is it being hyperbolic, or is that actually what happens? Because if that's actually what happens, that is insane.
He continues to reject advice that he let the police or the cable company handle it. Just 2 hours into the thread, Pimp Solo posts that he's begun working on a cable version of the Ether Killer. His plan is to disconnect the cable and hook it up to this device. When the neighbor tries to plug it in, he himself will be the one to fry his own cable box, and possibly his TV. At 11:16, Pimp Solo posts pictures of
This dude gonna start a fire.
his creation. The full-size pictures are lost to time, but we can still see the device. Pimp Solo has taken an old RF adapter for a Sega Genesis and
Sega, there's where it comes in.
Bind it with a power cable. Instead of connecting a game console to a television, it will send current directly into the cable socket. Okay, just finished the final touches on the modified Ether Killer. Here it is in all its splendor. Soon, this device will be known as the Sega Killer. There's some debate at this point about what this
I didn't know that was coming.
Sega Killer will actually do. This is going to be so awesome. I will bet money the socket just blows the fuck up. This has disaster written all over it. Shouldn't the thing be grounded? The point is the path to the ground is through the neighbor's television. This can only end in tears. Let us hope they're not yours. Either way, this thread is among the best I've read in a long time. Isn't there a chance you might electrocute your neighbor when he plugs the cable into your Sega Cable Killer? But even the people who think this is a terrible idea are excited to see what happens next. Pimp Solo is
The internet is such bad influences. Not one person said, don't do this.
definitely enjoying the attention. He continues polling the thread for their opinions on exactly when and how he should deploy the Sega Killer. You might be wondering why someone would undertake such a risky criminal action when it seems like there were so many other obvious solutions to a fairly minor problem. In one post, Pimp Solo lays out his history of lost money for a service he couldn't use, taking time off work to meet cable guys, of losing the internet while working on school assignments, and the inconvenience of returning cable equipment to try to get it working. He also downplays the consequences of the Sega Killer. He reasons a fried cable box is better than a criminal record, and that he's actually letting the neighbor off easy compared to calling the police.
This is going to end horribly. I just know it is.
As more and more people post about the danger of leaving the Sega Killer plugged in for the neighbor to use, Pimp Solo abandons the idea of laying a trap. His new plan is to plug the Sega Killer in himself. I'm going to do it. It's 2 a.m. where I live. I want to wait a bit longer to make sure they're asleep before I venture into the lion's den.
Oh my gosh, this dude is going to electrocute himself.
Give me a bit. I won't let down. At 2:06, Pimp Solo vows to call the fire department and or rescue his neighbor if there's any sign of fire. He asks the thread if he should go ahead now or wait till the next day.
And they like, do it. Oh my gosh, this is
Honestly,
horrible.
you are one of the dumbest individuals I've ever had the displeasure of coming across. You're going to commit felony destruction of property, not to mention tampering with a public utility, and risk the lives of people you're coming in contact with over a stupid cable connection? Okay, 10 pages.
Finally, somebody saying how dumb this idea is. Finally,
You made the
there's hope for humanity.
box. Either do it or give up. You might want to do this while they're awake. It increases the odds of surviving a house fire. You might as well get it over with. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh my gosh. You already know. That's about to segue into the worst that could happen. Oh, when it just faded to black. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be horrible.
At 2:29 a.m., Pimp Solo posts again. All right, it's about that time. Their lights are off. A few minutes later, he uploads a photo. He's wearing dark clothes, gloves, a mask,
This is all evidence for the police.
and he's holding the Sega Killer. I'm about to squat up. Wish me luck. Everyone waits, wondering what's happening to Pimp Solo. It's a Wednesday night. Most people have work or school in the morning, but they stay up, eagerly anticipating the next update. I was going to go to
They staying up late like this a midnight drop. like they're waiting on a Beyonce album.
bed right now, but I'm definitely going to hang around for another half an hour to see what happens. Godspeed. Be quick, be safe, and be thorough. We just sent a man out into the bush with a limited knowledge of electronics and a note of revenge on his mind. I can only hope there's a news story about this tomorrow. I'm getting worried. Has he died? Finally, 40 minutes later at 3:09 in the morning, Pimp Solo returns.
Oh, praise God, he's alive.
He posts an image of George Bush under the infamous Mission Accomplished banner, and he writes, "Blah ha 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 ha. All right, pretty much flawless. I have a 4-minute 40-second video of everything. 6.07 megs, totally raw. Someone give me a place to upload. I don't want to give any details just yet. The video will speak for itself. Not only has Pimp Solo...
Give me a place to upload. This is 2006. Was YouTube? Yeah, YouTube wasn't around yet, was it? Hold on. Yeah, YouTube was out. Maybe came out in 2005. Maybe he just didn't want to put it on YouTube, which would be smart. But at the same time, he's dumb for putting all this on the internet. So what the heck?
Actually carried out his crazy scheme. He's taken a video of it. Several goons step up to host the video. YouTube existed, but this was before...
If I would have waited 3 seconds, it would have answered the question for me.
Before Google bought it, and it wasn't that popular yet. In 2006, sharing a video of your antics to the internet at all was still kind of a big deal.
YouTube, do they do that?
It's part of what makes this story unique for its time period. Plus, it's funny to see posts by people excitedly waiting for a 6 megabyte video to finish slowly downloading.
That's hilarious. Oh, here it is.
It's about 2:52. I've got all my equipment, and I'm ready to do this.
It's almost entirely black for most of the running time as Pimp Solo moves through the yards. One goon describes it as looking like a mix of Doom 3 and the Blair Witch Project. It's so dark, several comments seem to think there's a problem with the video and that they're only getting the audio. There's a few places where you can see the side of the house, but everything is so dark and shaky it's hard to tell anything that's happening. Pimp Solo narrates his actions, whispering as he fumbles with the cables.
Okay, now I am plugging.
You would think that he would at least have some light for a flashlight if he's doing this at nighttime. Like, show us what you're doing, man. This video is very, very, very underwhelming.
The cable into the Sega thing. And now I'm running the extension cord back to an outlet on the side of the house here.
Thank God he's jumping ahead.
Okay, I just heard a hiss, and looks like I'm seeing oh shit. Okay, I am now unplugging the extension cord.
Alright, I'm gonna have to speed this dude up.
And making a run for it.
Okay, seemed like he's done. I was finna making a run for it. Making a run for it is nuts.
I think that was mission accomplished.
That was unimpressive. What the heck? I don't know that you did anything. For all I know, you are in your bed, under the cover, talking into the camera like this. Like, dude, what was the point of that video? He could have kept that to himself.
Despite the poor video quality, everyone is impressed that Pimp Solo actually followed through.
It was so easy back then to impress people and go viral. Like, people are like, oh, he did it. Listen, man, nowadays, you could actually do it. And people are like, nah, that's AI. Like, they looking at a video of you doing it. Like, nah, that's AI. But back then, all you got to give them is a soundbite.
This terrible idea. Oh God, it was everything I hoped it would be. You should have used the Paris Hilton brand night vision. What I got out of it was he had a problem, we made a plan, and he actually followed through with it. It was completely random peer pressure at its best. I enjoyed every second of the ride. At 3:29, someone asked, Pimp Solo, did you plug the cables back in so it looks undisturbed? He replies, fuck, BRB. 2 minutes later, he posts again. There's people back there with flashlights. At 3:57, he explains the video. No, the smoke definitely came from the box on the side of the house. I didn't even notice that the Sega killer was injured until a few minutes ago when I checked to make sure I didn't accidentally leave it out there. He also posted a picture.
The Sega killer was injured. I was thinking about the guy who was stealing cable was injured, but no, the Sega killer was okay.
Of the Sega killer, which is visibly melted. After that, things quiet down.
Excuse me, that was a good burp. Ooh, that came from the soul.
People finally head off to bed. It looks like Pimp Solo taught his cable-stealing neighbor a lesson and got away with it. Then 5 hours later, he posts something else. A photo of his street filled with fire trucks and ambulances.
We knew it. We knew that was going to happen. It was a horrible idea. What the heck was he thinking?
Okay, I just went to go outside and take pictures and nearly had a heart attack. But I soon realized this wasn't the Hicks house behind me. It just seemed really coincidental. I mean, there's no way this can be related. Wouldn't all this have only been limited to the Hicks house? I can't even leave my house right now as fire trucks are blocking the street. I'll try to update with pictures of the cable box when things cool down. Literally. Look what you went and did now. Whose house is on fire then?
I love how peer pressure works. Peer pressure is like, yeah, man. Nah, hold on. Peer pressure is like, hold on. Yeah, man, do it. Do it. Okay, I'm going to do it. And then the repercussions happen. You're like, you idiot. I can't believe you did it.
Holy shit. You've burned down the entire street. He also posts a video of the action on the street. The 20-year-old Lynx are dead.
He did all this for some LOLs.
But I did manage to find a copy on Twitter of all places. I was able to just upload a video of the chaos. It's the house across the street from me. I just talked to the firefighters. They're going to allow me to get my car out so I can go to school. So that's what I'm going to do. Pimp Solo doesn't fully realize it yet, but he has just made a terrible mistake. But more on that later. With Pimp Solo stuck in class, the goons propose theories on what happened. On one hand, it doesn't really make sense that Pimp Solo caused a completely unrelated house to somehow catch fire. But it's also a very strange coincidence that this fire started the exact same night that Pimp Solo was doing all this. Pimp Solo comes back home at lunch and he posts a few more pictures of the fire-damaged house across the street. He gets some information from another bystander who tells him the house had been abandoned for months and that arson is not suspected. There's still a lot of debate if Pimp Solo had somehow caused this fire. Could he have somehow overloaded something that connects the two houses? No one can really give a satisfying example of how this would work. But what are the chances that Pimp Solo just happened to perform his electrical sabotage at the same time an unrelated fire started right across the street? A few people suggest that perhaps the neighbor is out for revenge and has somehow set fire to the wrong house in retaliation. Some people point out a new issue. It's important to remember that in 2006, the internet still felt separate from real life. Facebook had only just opened to non-students. Twitter was a month old. Most people assume that what happened online stayed online. Trying to identify someone in real life from their forum posts was the work of internet detectives, and they were usually considered a buzzkill. This was before people were getting fired or seeing real consequences from the stuff they posted on Facebook. Something Awful's motto was, "The internet makes you stupid." It's a reflection of a...
That's facts. They were ahead of their time with that one.
Belief that
y'all getting stupider just watching this with me. I feel stupider watching this. Not stupider watching this creator's video, but stupider watching the nonsense that's going on. Wait, crap. I just restarted the video.
Something Awful's motto was,
hey, I picked it right back up where I left off. I skimmed perfect.
"The internet makes you stupid." It's a reflection of a belief that the internet was for fun and games, and it was extremely uncool to take anything online too seriously. With the raised stakes, several posters point out that using information Pimp Solo has posted, It's probably not too difficult to link him to a real location and find his identity. But Pimp Solo has another new problem. It's ironic that he announced the success of Sega Killer with the famous Mission Accomplished Bush photo. Just like the war in Iraq, Pimp Solo's mission accomplished turned out to be a bit premature. You see, despite everything that had happened, Pimp Solo's neighbor was stealing his cable again. At this point,
Oh my gosh.
A house almost.
What the heck? What the heck? Get up! What the heck? This dude done did all this for nothing.
Almost burned down. You had your fun adventure. Maybe it's time to quit while you're ahead and let the cable company deal with the problem. But the goons in the thread are not satisfied. They want another attempt. They want another video. In the thread are not satisfied. They want another attempt. They want another video. You'll be a legend. Pimp Solo shows real reluctance for the first time here. He's been adamant that the previous fire was not his fault.
If I cut the wire now, it'll be obvious it was a vandal who did the power surge thing. Right now, he probably doesn't know what. He probably doesn't know what. Sorry, y'all. I just learned how to read.
He's been adamant that the previous fire was not his fault, but I think waking up to half the fire department outside his door has him pretty rattled. Unfortunately, he also doesn't seem to be able to just walk away from his 15 minutes of fame. The attention and the praise seem to be hard to give up.
Oh my gosh. I'm convinced that this person does not have any real life friends. Because if he is needing this level of internet validation, where are the real humans in his life that he can touch, who can tell him, dude, you're stupid? Like, they don't exist.
Teases the possibility of making a new Sega Killer out of old Atari parts, but he doesn't really.
But that's the Atari Killer. That won't be the Sega Killer. He needs to buy a new Sega Genesis. You can't just all of a sudden switch to Atari. I mean, come on now. Don't you want to get the job done right this time? If anything, upgrade. You know what I'm saying?
Seemed to love the thought of doing this again. He floats a few other ideas. Maybe he could steal his neighbor's old satellite dish. Or they could revisit the idea of just yanking on the cable really hard.
Or you can call the police. You can call the police and tell them somebody's stealing my cable.
These plans are soundly rejected. One goon straight up asks, "You're getting sick of this, aren't you?" And this puts him over the edge. He decides to build a second device, citing goon pressure. "I'll begin making Atari Killer now. Ugh, the things I do for the internet." He also reveals that a friend will help him the next time he goes to plug it in. At 9:49, he posts, "Okay, Atari Killer was a lot easier."
He has a friend who's going to be an accomplice on this stupid mission. So he does have a human friend, unless the friend is like a dog or something. Because I can only see a dog being willing to go along with this, right?
To construct. Let me say though, I'd like to wait about an hour or so when I'm a little less susceptible to being seen by passing traffic. In case it hasn't been clear so far, I should probably mention that wiring random devices together and plugging them in is really dangerous and just overall a bad idea. This version has a problem. A goon called Humper Monkey posts, "I just cracked one of those open, viced it down, ran some voltage through it. The fucker burst into flame. The wire gauge is too narrow inside, so it's being cheap-ass stripping instead of true wires. Got real hot, real fast. And when the stripping melted, it arced the circuit back into the wiring studs. Your house will get killed. Break out the soldering iron, go back to layout." A second goon, Diet Coke Fiend, advises that the resistors inside will heat up the device and melt it in Pimp Solo's hand as soon as he plugs it in. So, Pimp Solo redesigns the device. At 10:33 p.m., he posts the finished product, Son of Atari Killer.
I ain't posting a mug on top of a cable guy DVD. That man is diabolical.
It's even simpler than the first one. Just a power cord wired directly into a coax connector. At 11:05 p.m., he posts one final message. All right, we're going right now. Again, the goons wait, wondering how this newest mission is going. Godspeed. I can see it now. Local man electrocuted after failed prank attempt. Goaded by internet forum. News at 11. If you do die, may it be quick and painless.
Yeah.
It's been 15 minutes.
Oh,
Oh God, the suspense. I think
they straight got a sequel. This is nuts. I don't know what I expected from this title. Yo, shout outs to, what's his name again? Shout outs to Dr. Amazing. This video is dope, okay? I do not know what I expected with this. I don't know what I expected with this, but this ain't it. But let's keep going. I'm here for the ride.
it's safe to assume he's dead. I know we didn't give him much time, but still it's pretty safe to assume he's dead. I call his computer.
That with that Hank Hill picture, Hank Hill with a beard is hilarious.
After 21 minutes, Kim Soul returns. Ha 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 ha. All right, things could not have gone any more smooth. This was shot in high quality and is roughly 29 megabytes. I think it was worth it. Pimp Solo posts another video, and again, the links are all long dead. But by searching for the file name, mov4587.mpg, I'm able to find a recent upload to YouTube.
Alright, this is Pimp Solo and Silent Goon. We're making our way around the side of the house. I've already plugged in the extension cord to his outlet.
This looks like the excuse me. This looks like the same video quality as before. Nothing's better. I can't see anything.
And we are making our way to...
Pick my kids up from VBS. This might be a sequel video.
the cable box. I'm gonna give the camera to Silent Goon,
Who will remain silent.
gonna put the TV in shot.
I better not hear Silent Goon say one word.
Alright. Okay, is that Paul Reiser?
Oh, you ain't Silent Goon now, you just regular Goon. And what the heck am I looking at?
I think that's mad about you, dude.
Whatever. It's good.
Alright, I'm going to the cable box.
Oh, he's watching TV? Or is that his neighbor watching his cable? Man, see, this is why you got to be careful. Like, there's a lesson in this. This is why you got to be careful screwing people over and just doing whatever you want. Because there be people plotting on you who are crazy. Who are crazy and you don't even know it, right? You just sitting back, chilling at home, watching Mad TV. Meanwhile, there is a guy who has built a device out of an Atari cord, and he's plugging it into your house to potentially set your house on fire. I know that's not what the guy's intention is, but he don't really care if that happens. Okay? You gotta watch who you're screwing over. Okay? Let's get back to this. This is bananas.
Alright, I just unplugged the cable. I'm gonna flip the switch. Oh shit! Let's go. Oh, fuck.
goons love the new video, and Pimp Solo is back on top of the world. Haha, that, my friend, was excellent. My hat is off to you, good sir. I'm looking forward to future updates. This could not have had a better ending, and most likely the hick will assume the burnout was related to the morning's fire trucks, which is still an amazing coincidence. A hero was born today. His name is Pimp Solo. But there's another road bump. A user named Dumb Mr. Blah casually
What just stops him from connecting again, right?
mentions that he submitted the thread to Dig. Now, Dig was like an early version of Reddit, where popular links could spread quickly and reach a large audience. Suddenly, the Sega Killer thread isn't just happening inside something awful. Anyone can see it, and that means anyone can report it. The goons are not happy with this development. But overall, everyone congratulates Pimp Solo
Man, my allergies are killing me today.
on a highly entertaining thread. Plenty of goons have started threads that showed promise, but it's rare for someone to commit so thoroughly to seeing it through to the end. Pimp Solo doesn't post again for several days. Then on April 10th, he returns with one last picture. A police car parked outside his house.
Oh, snap.
Pimp Solo says he woke up to someone ringing his doorbell. When he opened the door, a police officer asked him to step outside. The officer told him he had a binder containing the entire thread. And then he asked Pimp Solo a question. Why did he post all of this online? Pimp Solo said,
"'Cause he's stupid. He's stupid, okay? Let him off easy, okay? He didn't know how dumb he was. They made it seem like the goons made him feel brilliant."
the only answer he could think of was internet popularity. And the officer didn't really understand. The cop says he also contacted the cable company. He stressed the dangers of devices like the Sega Killer and instructs Pimp Solo to discourage any copycats. Yet again, we learn to never post about doing something that could have real-life legal consequences, because someone will track you down and rat you out. It looks like the cop may have not read the entire thread and misunderstood what happened. From Pimp Solo's telling of his conversation, it seems like the cops were tipped off fairly early. Most goons figure the cops were called in response to the fire. Apparently, the video of the fire trucks had enough information to identify the specific fire department that responded to the call. The thread immediately turns its anger toward to the police. Some assumed it must be a goon who's reading the thread. Others thought it might be a random Dig user or someone from one of the many communities that considered something awful an enemy.
That picture of Donald Trump, I believe it was horrifying.
Others point out that Pimp Solo could have burned a house down or seriously hurt or even killed someone. Pimp Solo posts again. He stressed that it is a very real possibility that using a Sega Killer or Atari Killer type device could start fires, and that nobody reading this thread should ever attempt to try it. I asked him if he was tipped off or what. He said he couldn't discuss that at all with me, but I think it's safe to assume it had to be an SA member because he said he was already F5ing the thread before the first video was even posted. A goon named Cornholio posts, "Wait, did he print off the entire thread? The entire thread? Homeland Security murdered those poor trees." I did a check, and if you just hit print without removing all the avatars and spacing, the whole thread prints out to be like 1,100 pages.
Oh my gosh.
Haha, funny.
They was into this story.
He said he pressed print, it started coming out, and by the time it printed a few pages, the thread was 30 pages longer, and he ended up canceling the print. And this seems to be the absolute blind luck that saved Pimp Solo. It looks like the officer only read the early parts of the thread, where Pimp Solo was just talking and planning, and never saw the conclusion. He seems to be under the impression that Pimp Solo hadn't actually used the Sega Killer yet, and simply came to deliver a warning. By the afternoon, Pimp Solo seems pretty calm. Well, the evidence that my cable company doesn't care is the fact I'm still browsing the internet right now. Bottom line is, I don't think anyone's getting in any trouble except for the Hicks. His view on being reported is a little harder to follow. He posts, "Had I been responsible for burning the house down across the street, I feel it's any moral goon's obligation to at least give the law the evidence to decide whether I actually burned a house down or not. Had what I done resulted in a house burning down, I'd like to think that I would have turned myself in. Although I just realized I didn't even fucking do anything yet. Dick who turned me in." So, had he started a fire, it would have been fine to turn him in. But since there's only a random unrelated fire at the same time and place that he did his thing, the snitch is completely out of line. Pimp Solo thinks this person jumped the gun and reported him before the house fire, but personally I think it happened after and the police just didn't read the whole thread. There's one final little twist. In response to Pimp Solo's last post, a user named Key West replies, "That would be me. You claimed you did this."
What if Key West was Kanye West? What if Kanye West? What if Kanye West straight ratted this man out?
Stuff, which is highly illegal and could have killed someone. The only thing worse than you, someone lying on the internet about doing stupid, illegal, passive-aggressive revenge, are the 200 cheerleaders thinking you're a hero.
Hey guys, cutting in here with a bit of an update. Since recording the original voiceover for this video, I was able to get in touch with Key West. He confirmed that
he was indeed Kanye West.
the fire across the street is when he decided to try to get in touch with the local fire department. He was able to find Pimp Solo from the fire trucks and an old LiveJournal account. So hopefully this clears up a bit of the timeline on exactly when some of this stuff happened.
Pimp Solo's final post in the thread.
Yo, salute to Dr. Amazing for being able to get in touch with this random palm tree from 2004. How the heck did he do that? Yo, this dude is a dope content creator.
Fuck you, man. All right, I opened this thread to give an update. Thanks for those who supported me. Thanks to those who turned me in. At this point, Pimp Solo closed the thread, and that is the saga of the Sega Killer.
Wow.
All things considered, Pimp Solo got unbelievably lucky. People on the internet have been arrested, fired, humiliated, and permanently attached to their worst decisions because they decided to post them online. Post histories on something awful are pretty spotty, especially when you go back that far, but if Pimp Solo had any other legal or cable problems, I didn't see any posts about it. His last bunch of posts are from 2018, and mostly about working on cars, which is probably a much better use of his talents. Because the Sega Killer thread is basically a perfect early example of something the internet is very good at, turning a person's real life into entertainment. Pimp Solo had a problem that probably could have been solved with a few more phone calls. Instead, he asked hundreds of strangers what he should do, and hundreds of strangers told him to sneak through someone's yard at 2 a.m. wearing a mask, carrying a homemade electrical weapon, just to see what would happen.
Oh my God.
A few people tried to stop him, but a lot more people were cheering him on. Because when it's happening to someone else, chaos is fun. That's why there's a simple rule you should follow online. Be careful asking the internet for help. Because the internet doesn't want you to actually solve your problem. It wants to see what happens next.
Man. Hold on. Man, that was a good video. I did not expect that crazy nonsense. But yes, correct. Do not ask a bunch of random strangers for advice. You can, but you don't have to listen, okay? That was insane. Shout outs to Dr. Amazing. That I want to double check that is his name. Yeah, shout outs to Dr. Amazing. Make sure you go check out his videos. Subscribe. That was awesome. All right, appreciate y'all tuning in. And it finished before I gotta take my kid or get my kids from VBS. Perfect timing. Praise God and salutations to the nations. Peace.
Angel Knot.